Hello everybody out there and welcome back to another episode of The World's Finest. And in this review I got two IDW books for you guys. First got Godzilla in Hell issue number 4 of 5. That's right, it's a mini-series. And then the granddaddy of them all this week from IDW, Back to the Future issue number 1. So let's start off with Godzilla in Hell issue 4 because it was a very quick read. Why? No dialogue. Again, artwork please. Godzilla is just fighting space. I believe I forgot what the monsters were, but it's a three-way fight, and then Godzilla notices this wall, and his attention turns to destroying the wall that's surrounding the city instead of the monsters, and the monsters kind of get the better of him, and then he comes back, and obviously he's Godzilla. He not only beats the monsters, but he destroys the wall, and now everything turns to white. This is a very quick read book, but man, oh man, the artwork in this book is so good. The fight, the kaiju fights are awesome. This is proof right here that you do not need dialogue in a book to make it a good book. This was a very good book with little to no dialogue. And when I say little, I mean the only dialogue, the only words on the page are the classic Godzilla scream and a few of the other kaiju screams. That's it. And this series has been very interesting, seeing Godzilla fighting his way through hell, and obviously it's going to end with Godzilla coming back, maybe. We don't even know, but this has been just an excellent series. I know last issue had a little bit of dialogue, and the second issue had a lot of dialogue as well. But now they went back to the old formula of no dialogue, no nothing. So I'm enjoying it, though. I really like it. Alright. That's really all I can say for Godzilla. Awesome artwork, very interesting story. If you like Godzilla, you'll be checking it out. However, this book I must recommend. Back to the Future, issue number 1. There are 2 stories in this book, and I'm going to talk about the second one first because I want to get through it because the first one was my favorite. Second one involves Emmett Brown when he was younger and being... he was looking to get into this internship. He found out through the college he was teaching at that there was a position opening, and he wanted it. He went to an interview. He actually faked his apartment to make himself look good to get the position. They find out that it's not his apartment. He thinks he lost. He lost his chance that was that. And then they showed up at his real apartment, and he's like, I thought you wouldn't have liked it. I thought you wanted somebody who was clean cut. And they're like, listen, you haven't seen my place. I'm just as bad. I forgot who. Robert Oppenheimer actually was. He showed up in this book. And I believe that Doc was going to work with Oppenheimer, if I'm not mistaken. But really awesome second story. But the first one was my favorite, and the artwork really was good. You have Doc in the past. This is before he created the train, obviously. So he's working on making the time travel train. And he's telling the story of how him and Marty first met. So we get a bit of a flashback to October 2nd, 1982. Now remember, 1985 is when Marty went back in time and when the DeLorean was created. So Marty's just a kid. And, oh shoot, what was this guy's name? Needles. How could I forget that guy's name? He's annoying. Needles wants the tubes out of Marty's guitar's amp. So this way he can work his amp. And, he goes to steal Marty's tube, and he hits him or bumps into him or tries to stop him, and he knocks the tube out of Needles' hands. Now, both of them don't have a tube, but Needles takes Marty's guitar and says, listen, you want your guitar back? Give me a tube. It's your fault. So, unless you're chicken. And he's like, and we all know what happens when you say, if you're a chicken to Marty. That doesn't go well. So he goes to the guitar store, and he finds out that the only place that actually got the tubes was Doc Brown's place. And Doc literally closed himself off to the entire world. And Marty, you know, he tries to get in nice. You know, he wants to go and ask politely for the tubes. So he goes to the gate. He tries to get in. It doesn't work. Long story short, he gets into the gate. He figures a way around the system. He tries to knock on the door. Nobody answers. He sees that the tubes are right there on the table. So against his better judgment, he breaks in but finds the key to the window, and in sneaking in he causes himself to get caught in a trap, and it turns out that it's this elaborate experiment that Doc Brown set up because he wanted an apprentice. Like, he tricked Marty into thinking that he was looking for an apprentice at first, and Marty actually told him the truth. He's like, I gotta tell you the truth. I'm not here to be, you know, to try out to be your apprentice. I'm here because I need the tubes. And Doc, I guess, admiring Marty's honesty, legitimately offers him a job as his assistant. And Marty doesn't even want pay. He's like just working with Dr. Brown. You know, Doc Brown from, you know, because Doc's very famous. He said, that's cool enough. We'll talk about pay, whatever. I don't care. And he walks off. And that's how their friendship kind of began. And that was really cool. This was a really cool issue. It was a standalone issue. I loved it. I thought this was really great. If you are a Back to the Future fan like myself, you'll love this book. The dialogue between Doc and Marty is awesome. I left that out on purpose. Doc's personality in the second story as a younger, you know, the younger Doc. If you played the Telltale game for Back to the Future, that's the Doc Brown I heard in my head as the story was going on. But this is a great book. 5 out of 5 stars. The artwork was excellent. And the story definitely leaves it wide open for so many more stories to come. I'm really excited and pumped for the next issue of Back to the Future. And with that, that's it for this review, guys. As always, let me know what you thought of either of these books in the comments below. Hopefully you guys did check out Back to the Future. Let me know your thoughts on that book. And while you're down there, there's a bunch of links in the description leading you to stuff connected right here to Dark Avengers C86, Comic Frontline, Frontline Gaming Zone, and Zone 4 Podcast. All together, we are trying to be your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. So check those links out at your leisure. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys really soon in the next video.